The perfectionism lie that stops ambitious people from starting. You're not stuck because you're lazy. You're stuck because you think your first version has to be perfect. That lie silently kills more projects than no time ever will. Here's the fix. I'm going to show you the perfectionism trap pros avoid, the decision rules they use to ship on time, and the constraints that make momentum automatic. In the next minutes, you'll learn a practical framework that blends SMART goals, Satisficing, and Minimum Constraint Design so you can start faster, finish sooner, and still be proud of the work you put out. Let's get right into it. The perfectionism lie, what it really is. Perfectionism looks like high standards, but most of the time it's just fear wearing a nice outfit. It says don't publish until it's flawless, which sounds responsible, but it guarantees you'll miss the only thing that improves quality reliably, shipping and getting feedback. The thing most people miss is that quality is an outcome of cycles, not delay. If you remember nothing else, remember this: mastery is iterative. Why does your current approach fail? Because perfect has no constraints. It's a moving target. You tweak until the thumbnail feels right, the script sounds better, and the edit flows, but none of those have a finish line. That's why you can edit for 6 hours and still feel behind. The reason this hurts ambitious people most is you're capable of doing more, so you add more. More cuts, more options, more revisions. But more options without constraints is an over-constrained system in disguise. Competing rules that fight each other and jam progress, like adding extra tracks to a drawer until it sticks. Here's the better method. Treat perfectionism as a design problem, not a character flaw. We'll constrain the work, define good enough, and decide faster. 3 parts: SMART goals for clarity, Satisficing for speed, and Minimum Constraint Design for flow. First, SMART. If your target isn't specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, your brain can't tell when to stop. Make a great video is a perfection loop. Draft a 900-word script that teaches one method with 3 examples by 3 p.m. is a finish line. And here's the shortcut nobody teaches. Add E&R, evaluate and review after you ship, not before. That's how you turn standards into a feedback loop instead of a brake pedal. Second, Satisficing. Pros don't always pick the best option. They pick the first option that meets the bar. That's not settling, it's sequencing. You choose a hook that clears your floor, ship it, then learn from performance. This clicked for me when I stopped auditioning 6 thumbnails and just shipped the first one that matched the brief. I got data in hours instead of spinning for days. Third, Minimum Constraint Design. Over-constraining is when you give the same decision to multiple rules, like thumbnail must be bold, on-brand, trend-aligned, text under 4 words, and matches last video. Those constraints start to conflict. The fix is assigning 1 owner per decision. 1 template governs layout. 1 checklist governs publish. 1 person, or pass, owns a single outcome. It's the drawer track problem. 1 clean rail beats 3 perfect but misaligned rails. Once you simplify the system, you can add redundancy that's extra, not excess, like duplicating a template for safety without adding another approval step. Now, what does this look like when you work? Start with a SMART target for the session. By 10:30, outline 5 hook angles and pick 1. Predefine your minimum. A hook is shippable if it names the problem, promises a result, and uses plain language. That's your Satisficing floor. When 2 options meet the floor, choose the first one you wrote. If none do, you write 1 more and pick it. That removes the debate. Then apply minimum constraint editing. 1 pass for clarity, 1 for facts, 1 for charm. 1 goal per pass. Trying to fix story, sources, and style at once is 3 tracks on 1 drawer. Jam City. Last week, a coaching client was rewriting their intro for the 5th time. The thing that freed them was a simple test. Does the intro name the viewer's pain in 8 words or fewer and promise a concrete payoff? Their first line did. They shipped it. The video did 32% better click-through, not because it was genius, but because it was clear, and it existed. Before we continue, you need to understand how perfectionism justifies itself. It tells you quality protects your reputation. True, after you're publishing consistently. Early on, your reputation is built on learning speed. Shipping a clear, good enough version today unlocks the information you need to make tomorrow's version great. Waiting for perfect blocks that information. So if you're ambitious, here's your reframe. Perfection isn't a standard, it's a phase. You earn the right to polish after you've proven the core works. Specific target, measurable finish line, achievable scope, relevant to your channel, time-bound session, then evaluate and review only after it's public. Now that we've exposed the lie, let's build the system that makes good enough automatic so you don't have to white-knuckle every decision. The shame engine. Underneath perfectionism. Let's talk about the fuel perfectionism runs on: shame. Not the loud, dramatic kind, the quiet kind that says, if this isn't amazing, you're not legit. It shows up as micromanaging commas, recutting a B-roll clip 5 times, or researching for 3 hours to avoid putting words on a page. The consequence of doing it wrong is you train your brain that starting equals exposure, and exposure equals danger. The benefit of mastering this is you unlock speed without lowering standards, because standards move to the right place in the process. Here's the thing most people miss. Shame loves ambiguity. When your target is be impressive, shame has infinite room to argue you're not there yet. When your target is draft 900 words by 3 p.m., shame has nowhere to hide. This clicked for me when I noticed I only procrastinated on tasks without a finish line. The minute I made a SMART target, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound, the voice got quieter. Not gone, just quieter. And that's enough to start. What is the shame engine, practically? It's 3 loops. Loop 1, identity. I'm the person who makes great stuff, so this must be great. That sounds noble, but it converts your self-worth into a quality gate. Loop 2, comparison. You hold your draft against a polished video someone spent 200 hours making and pretend that's the baseline. Loop 3, catastrophe. You imagine one mid-video erasing your entire reputation. None of these are about the work, they're about protecting a story. Let me show you exactly how to interrupt those loops. First, identity. Replace I make great stuff with I run great cycles. Your new identity is the person who ships, learns, and improves. It's a subtle shift with real-world impact. You're proud of throughput and lessons, not just outcomes. Second, comparison. Compare like with like. Draft to draft, not draft to masterpiece. A simple satisficing rule helps. If your draft hits the floor you defined in your brief, it qualifies. You don't ask if it's the best, only if it meets spec. Third, catastrophe. Use irreversibility as your check. If you can fix it next upload, it's not fatal. Titles, thumbnails, pinned comments, these are reversible. Move on. Now, why this works? The reason this works is minimum constraint design on your psychology. When identity, comparison, and catastrophe all try to own the same decision, ship or not, you get a jam. Assign single ownership. Identity owns the cycle count. Did you ship this week? Comparison owns the improvement target. 10% better click-through than last video. Catastrophe owns the safety net. One pre-flight checklist to avoid true deal breakers like factual errors. Everything else out of their jurisdiction. Okay, so the tricky part is the moment right before you click publish. That's when shame spikes. Give it a job. Literally write, shame's role equals protect credibility on facts and respect for the audience. Then run the 3-pass polish like we said. Clarity, credibility, charm. If shame tries to add a 4th pass called maybe just one more look, it's out of scope. The pass ends when the timer ends. Microstory. A creator I mentor kept delaying uploads because the intro doesn't sound like me. We gave Sound Like Me one measurable proxy. Read it out loud once without stumbling. If they stumbled, it failed clarity. If they read it clean, it shipped. 2 weeks later, their stress dropped, output doubled, and their watch time went up because their intros were simpler. The difference wasn't courage, it was a narrower definition of done. Common mistake to avoid. Trying to shame-proof your feelings. You can't. The goal isn't to feel fearless, it's to keep feelings out of decisions they don't own. That's satisficing again. You decide in advance what enough is, problem named, promise made, plain language, and you pick the first option that meets it. You'll be tempted to audition just one more line. Don't. You'll learn more from performance than from hypotheticals. Quick win you can try today. Write a 3-line anti-shame brief before your next session. Line 1, SMART session goal. By 11:15, write 3 hooks and choose one. Line 2, satisficing floor. Hook must name pain, promise result, use 12 words or fewer. Line 3, minimum constraint rule, 1 pass only. If floor is met, stop. tape it to your monitor. When the voice says, "This could be stronger," check the floor. If it's met and not irreversible, you're done. Checkpoint moment. If you remember nothing else from this section, remember that shame thrives in vague goals and multi-owner decisions. Clarity and single ownership don't eliminate fear, but they make it irrelevant. Once you nail that, everything else clicks, because your energy moves from defending identity to iterating product. And boom, you've just taken the engine out of perfectionism. Next, we'll bolt in the systems that make progress automatic, so you don't need willpower to keep moving. The 85% rule, precision after prototype. Here's where we turn philosophy into speed. The 85% rule says your first version should aim for clearly good, not perfect. Then you use data to climb from good to great. Waiting for 100% kills momentum and blocks the only reliable path to quality: multiple shipped cycles. Pros live by this because they know the audience never sees your drafts. They only feel your cadence and clarity. Why does this work? Because perfection is a moving target, but 85% is a measurable finish line. You decide what good enough means up front, hit it, ship it, evaluate, and review. That last part matters. We're not lowering standards, we're sequencing them. Polish comes after proof. Let me make it practical. Start each session with a SMART target. Specific, hook for Perfectionism Lie video. Measurable, 5 options in 10 minutes. Achievable, no metaphors, just plain promises. Relevant for creators stuck at draft. Time-bound, done by 10:30. That's your commit. Add E&R, evaluation, and review after you publish. 5 minutes to check click-through and retention, note one improvement, and move on. Smarter turns output into a loop instead of a one-off. Now, layer in Satisficing. Predefine a floor. Predefine a floor. A hook is shippable if it names the pain, promises a result, and uses 12 words or fewer. When you hit your 5, choose the first one that meets the floor. Not the best, the first. That's the shortcut nobody teaches because it feels like settling. It isn't. It's sequencing. You'll optimize once you have performance data. Guardrails keep you honest. 3 constraints: time, scope, and risk. Time, hard ceiling for the task. Say 30 minutes for hooks, 60 for the skeleton, 90 for the first pass edit. Scope, predefine output size, 900-word script, 1 thumbnail, 1 title. Risk, label irreversible versus reversible. Factual accuracy is irreversible. Triple check it. Titles, thumbnails, pinned comments are reversible. Decide fast and adjust later. Design your process with minimum constraint principles. 1 decision, 1 owner, 1 rail. A single layout template determines thumbnail structure. You only tweak image and text. 1 publish checklist governs release. You don't add parallel approvals that fight each other. 1 pass owns 1 goal. Clarity pass fixes structure. Credibility pass verifies facts. Charm pass adds examples. Combining goals is how drawers jam. Here's the mental model I use. Prototype, proof, polish, publish. Prototype builds the core. Proof ships and measures. Polish makes it pretty. Publish gets it into the world. The trap is trying to polish before you've proven anything. Flip it. Ship the clean core, then polish based on what viewers actually did, not what your anxiety imagines they'll do. Example you can run today. Task, script a short on stop research loops. Smart, write a 180-word voiceover with a 3-source rule by 2. Time box, 45 minutes. Floor, must define the problem, state the 3-source rule, give 1 example. Satisficing, first draft that hits the floor wins. Minimum constraint editing, 3 10-minute passes, 1 goal each. At 2, it's either shipped or scheduled, no 4th pass. After upload, 5-minute evaluation review, CTR, AVD, 1 lesson, 1 tweak. Common mistakes to avoid. 1, turning the 80% rule into 85% of infinite scope. Tighten scope first. 2, vague floors like feels strong. Use observable checks, names pain, states payoff, plain language 12 words. 3, spreading ownership. If you're solo, passes own goals. If you have a team, assign 1 owner per decision. 4, evaluating before shipping. You can't A/B test hypotheticals. Get it live. Why this sticks? The reason this works is it calms your nervous system. Your brain hates open loops. SMART gives a clear end. Satisficing gives a clear choice. Minimum Constraint Design gives a clear path. Together, they turn "Am I ready?" into "Did I hit the spec?" Once that shift happens, shipping becomes procedural, not emotional. Quick micro story. I tested 2 thumbnails, 1 clean, 1 artsy. My floor was face, big pain word, 3-4 words total. The clean one met the floor first. The artsy one needed fiddling. Satisficing said ship the clean one. CTR beat channel average by 28%. Could the artsy one have won? Maybe. But I had data the same day and iterated the next upload. That cadence compounds. If you remember nothing else from this section, remember this. Aim for 85% with smarter. Choose the first floor meeting option and keep each decision on one rail. Precision comes after prototype. The 60-minute starter protocol. Starting is where perfectionism wins, so we're going to compress the runway and remove places to stall. You'll work in 4 15-minute blocks. Scope, skeleton, scrappy draft, ship, or schedule. You'll give each block a SMART micro goal, a visible timer, and one job. One job per block is critical. Minimum Constraint Design in action. Block 1, Scope. Your goal is to decide what you're making, who it's for, and the finish line for today. SMART it. Specific, short video on the 3-source rule. Measurable, 1-line promise and 3 beats. Achievable, no stories, just one example. Relevant, for creators stuck in research loops. Time-bound, done by 10:15. Now set your satisficing floor, clear problem, clear rule, one example. If you hit that, scope is complete. Kill extra choices by writing a single-page brief, title working line, 1-sentence outcome, 3 talking points, 1 call to action. Close every tab that doesn't help. Silent phone, standing start helps, literally stand up for this block to increase urgency. Block 2, skeleton. The job is to outline the flow, not to write prose. Use a template. Hook, why current approach fails, better method, implementation results. That's our educational formula. Make fast bullets under each. SMART it again. By 10:30, draft 5 bullets per section. Keep a simple, good enough ladder in mind. You're aiming for skeleton, not solid. Minimum constraint rule, structure only. No wordsmithing. If you catch yourself polishing a sentence, stop. You're off the rail. Your floor is 1 bullet per subsection that can be spoken. That's it. Block 3. Scrappy draft. You'll write like you talk and ignore polish. SMART target. By 10:45, write 180 to 220 words per section from the bullets. Satisficing floor. Every section answers why, what, how. Keep the timer visible. If you stall, read a bullet aloud and type exactly what you just said. Common mistake here is letting the draft expand. Scope creep sneaks in as examples and asides. Guardrail. If an example takes more than 2 sentences, it moves to a later pass. We're after serviceable, not sharp. Remember, we'll evaluate and review after publishing. That's your smarter loop. E and R come later, not now. Block 4. Shipper schedule. Decision time. Run the 3 filters. Audience impact, irreversibility, cost to learn. Fix anything that fails credibility or clarity in 5-minute bursts. Minimum constraint editing says 1 pass per goal. Quick clarity, quick credibility, quick charm. 3 minutes each if needed. Then you either publish, or you schedule and set your next session's SMART target with a specific fix. Satisficing rule, if the draft meets your floor and fails no filters, you ship. If you're inside a team, assign single ownership for this decision to one person to avoid drawer track jams. Let me show you exactly how to set up the hour. Minute 2. Open your template, start the timer, write your SMART block goal in the doc header. Minute 2:15, scope brief, title, promise, 3-point CTA. Minute 15 to 30, skeleton bullets into the teaching framework. Minute 30:45, scrappy draft from bullets, talk to type if you get stuck. Minute 45:55, 3 micro passes, clarity, credibility, charm, 1 goal each. Minute 55:60, ship or schedule, then write 1 line for evaluation review you'll do after upload. Check CTR after 24 hours. Note 1 improvement. Now, how this helps your brain. You're constraining time, scope, and risk up front, which collapses decision space. You're using SMART to give each block a finish line, Satisficing to pick the first floor meeting option, and Minimum Constraint Design to keep each block on 1 rail. The reason this works is it turns start the video into 4 tiny jobs with obvious exits. You don't need to feel ready, you just need to start the next 15. Example you can try today. Take your next video idea, say, make V1 with the 85% rule, and run the hour. Block 1 scope. Promise, 85% gives speed without slop. 3 beats, define 85%, set floors, assign 1 rail per pass. Block 2 skeleton, bullets under hook, problem, better method, implementation, results. Block 3 draft, write ugly but clear. Block 4 ship, if your floor is met and nothing irreversible is broken, schedule it. After it's live, a 5-minute evaluation. Did the hook hold? Any confusing spots? Note one tweak for the next upload. Common snags to avoid. Don't extend scrappy draft because it almost feels done. The timer ends it. Don't mix passes. Multiple goals jam the system. Don't skip the floor. If you never define good enough, nothing qualifies. And don't evaluate before shipping. You can't learn from a draft the audience never sees. If you remember nothing else about this protocol, remember this: 4 blocks, 4 rails, 1 hour. Specific micro goals, a visible timer, and a predefined floor. Start, don't stall. The good enough ladder, 5 levels. Now that you can start on rails, you need exits. Vague standards keep you tinkering because there's no visible point where the work qualifies. The good enough ladder fixes that with 5 rungs you climb only when the outcome demands it. Think of it like minimum constraint design for quality. 1 clear rail per rung, and you stop when the spec is met. Rung 1 is scribble. Why this matters: it kills blank page fear. The goal is motion, not merit. What it is: your messiest brain dump, hooks, beats, examples, written fast. How to do it: 3-minute free write per section. Don't delete, don't format. Smart checkpoint, specific and time-bound only, 3 minutes per chunk. Satisficing floor, words exist on the page. Practical example: for a video on the 3-source rule, you jot problem, endless research, rule cap at 3, example, 90-minute versus 5-hour script. Common mistake: trying to make scribble clever. It isn't allowed. Rung 2 is skeleton. Why? Structure turns noise into narrative. What? You map the teaching arc: hook, problem, better method, implementation, results, using bullets. How? Convert your scribble into 1 to 5 bullets per section. Smart checkpoint. Now you've got specific, measurable, time-bound. 5 bullets by 10:30. Satisficing floor. Every section has at least 1 bullet that could be spoken. Quick win. Read bullets out loud. If it flows, you're there. Minimum constraint rule. Structure only, no phrasing tweaks. Rung 3 is serviceable. This is where most weekly uploads should ship. Why? Serviceable delivers value. Iteration after publishing raises quality. What? Full sentences based on your skeleton with simple transitions, 1 example, and a clear call to action. How? Write like you talk. Keep sentences short. Avoid metaphors that need unpacking. Smart checkpoint. Achievable and relevant. Kick in 900 to 1200 words focused on 1 outcome for your audience. Satisficing floor. Each section answers why, what, how. Credibility pass fixes any factual risks. The hook names pain and promises a result in 12 words or fewer. Minimum constraint editing. 3 passes, 1 goal each. Clarity, credibility, charm. 10 minutes per pass, then stop. If it meets the floor and fails, no decision filters, you ship. Rung 4 is solid. Why? Use this when a piece needs longer shelf life. Affiliate hubs, pillar videos, sponsor obligations. What? Deeper polish, tighter arguments, stronger examples. The Fitlight AB on titles and thumbnails. How? Add 1 more example, 1 more data point. Trim 10%, fluff. Smart checkpoint. Add a specific evaluation review target. Beat average retention by 10%. Hit 7% CTR. Satisficing floor. Everything in serviceable, plus 1 tested improvement. Minimum constraint rule. Still 1 goal per pass. You're not rewriting, you're reinforcing. Rung 5 is sharp. This is your evergreen flagship, the ones you'll point to for years. Why? Rare, high return pieces deserve extra craft. What? Narrative finesse, layered examples, pacing beats, bespoke visuals. How? Schedule multiple focused passes across days so you get fresh eyes without scope creep. Smart checkpoint. Explicit outcomes. Target 50% retention to the pitch. Add 2 micro-stories and 1 graphic explainer. Satisficing floor. Serviceable and solid criteria plus your defined premium touches. The trap most people fall into is jumping from scribble to sharp. That's perfectionism's favorite move because it skips feedback. Don't do it. Earn sharp only after a serviceable version proves the core. Here's the setup payoff. Decide your target rung before you start the session. That single choice constrains time, scope, and risk. If today is a serviceable day, you can't just add a motion graphic. It's outside the rail. If you truly need solid, budget extra time up front and name the 1 improvement you're buying with that time. Let me show you exactly how to map smart to rungs. Write for 3 minutes per section by 10:12. Skeleton. 5 bullets per section by 10:25. Serviceable. 900 words. Why, what, how per section. 1 example minimum by 11:10. Solid. Add one A/B title test and a second example by noon. Sharp, 2 extra polish passes across 2 days. Include 1 new graphic and a pacing beat. After shipping, close the smarter loop with E&R. Evaluate results and review lessons. You're not guessing, you're upgrading based on reality. Common mistakes and quick fixes. Mistake: undefined floors. Fix: write a 1-line floor per rung and tape it to your monitor. Mistake: promoting rungs mid-session. Fix: if scope changes, schedule a separate solid sharp session. Mistake: blending passes. Fix: minimum constraint editing. 1 goal per pass, timer visible. Mistake: treating serviceable like low quality. Fix: rename it shipworthy in your head. It exists, it teaches, it earns data. Microstory: a client made every weekly video sharp. Burnout, missed uploads, flat growth. We moved 80% of uploads to serviceable, saved sharp for 1 monthly pillar. 30 days later, they had 4 more videos, 1 standout evergreen, and better average retention. Nothing mystical, just rungs and rails. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Pick your rung first, define the floor, and stop when you need it. Ladders create exits. Exits create momentum. Momentum compounds quality. The 3 decision fields that end over polishing.